Hello, me and Big are in a discussive mood today. We're going to do something a bit different for our channel. We're going to be doing sort of a podcast discussion video where we talk about the new Xbox, the PlayStation 4, and then we'll round it up with our opinions and thoughts. We understand everyone's not going to agree with some of our opinions, so if you've got something different, why not post it in the comments below? We'd love to have a discussion there. And let's get started, shall we? So, even though we're primary PC gamers, we enjoy consoles, we grew up with consoles, and we feel that these are important changes to the gaming industry. So we're going to have a talk about them, starting with the Xbox and what was revealed the other day. So let's start with the name, shall we? Which is the Xbox One. What do you think of that name, Big?
It's not great, is it? Come on, it's not great.
Well, they sort of had a chance, like, everybody's been going about Xbox 720, which I think would have been perfect. Or even Xbox Next or Xbox Infinity was rumoured, but now they've gone with something that just doesn't fit, which is called Xbox One.
Infinity could have been good because you could have had a special logo. Next could have been good, you could have had a cool logo for that, but One, it's just like, just the word. It doesn't sound right at all.
You would imagine that Xbox One would have been for the first Xbox. It could have been called that, but it just doesn't make sense, like the decision behind it.
If you go on the Bing website and you actually type in Xbox One, it comes up with the Xbox One. And you go on Google, you type in Xbox One, it comes up with the new Xbox, which is crazy.
It's like when we were watching the live stream and that name was announced, it was like, what? Is it really called that? Like, you're going to have to pinch yourself, but it is. And we think it's pretty bad, don't we, the name?
It's like originally waiting for the iPhone 5 and they announced the iPhone 4S. It was just like, what the hell did you just say? It's completely wrong. It didn't sound right at all.
Yeah. So they've also revealed what the console looks like, which is good because PlayStation haven't actually done that yet. So what do you think of it, B?
Initial impressions of it, it's a big box. It looks like a VHS player and I'm not a big fan of the looks of it. It's the same with Kinect as well. Kinect looks huge. I'm not a big fan of the controller. I just think there was a couple of poor decisions that went into the design of it. It seems very bland, to be honest.
Well, that's the point I take at the end there. That it looks very bland, and they've not innovated. It's not innovative at all. The design, it's very boring and bland. The first Xbox came out. It was kind of green and it had a giant X and it just looked like a games console.
It wasn't the best looking console,
no,
but still.
But it had its look to it. And then the 360 came out and that was, I must admit, that was a bit disappointing, the way that looked.
They have thought about different versions, trying to make
this looks worse than that because it's not too bad, but it's just the fact that it's boring. And consoles shouldn't really look boring.
No, they should have a bit of oomph in them.
Yeah.
They need some fancy lights on them. They need to have like, touch pads all over and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if you should go that far. I don't really like the two-tone design on the top as well. But
I just think they should look unique, which kind of like the PlayStation has. It's had its own look in the living room. It doesn't look like anything else. Where this Xbox One, kind of just a square. Looks like you see a lot of things on Reddit about just comparing it to video players, DVD players,
skyboxes, cable boxes, DVD players, just bog standard things that you wouldn't expect it to look like.
Also, with the console, it comes with a Kinect and a controller, which they've also shown, and the Kinect, I don't know, it wasn't too great when it first came out on the 360, and I think that's down to it doesn't cater towards hardcore gamers, and also the fact there's no controller there. I think the Kinect itself is a good bit of technology, but because there's no controller there for these hardcore games to work on it, like shooters, even RTS, maybe RPGs, there's just no room for it. There's no point. It's all for, I'd say, sport games, dance games, party games, and they've not innovated again. It's just a new Kinect.
They have tried to add features to it, so you can actually use the voice recognition for certain games. So for like FIFA 13, for example, you could say change formation and things like that. I'm not exactly sure on the commands, but You can say
No.
things and it would change it on the fly instead of actually going through the pause menu to do this and that. It's the same with, I think it's Splinter Cell Blacklist that's coming up. You say take him out or something like that.
All that stuff is the reason why you bought the Kinect, though, wasn't it? It wasn't really for the games. It was for its usability, the way it able to move around the Xbox. And they have shown in the press conference that how you move around the Xbox is very unique and it's very fluid. And it kind of seems like we're just ripping apart the Xbox at the moment, but like the 360, I really like the 360, and I thought it was the better console over the two. But I just seem so far disappointed with the showings. But let's continue anyway. They also had the controller, which they haven't changed an awful lot by the looks of it, but I think it looks nice. You don't really like it, though, do you?
No, I'm not a big fan of it. It looks... They made it more ergonomic and things like that, but it looks a bit more bulky than before. I'm not sure if that's just me and what I've seen by the pictures. I'm not a big fan of how it looks either. The small buttons in the middle, the colours of the buttons as well. The directional pad looks a bit odd as well. I don't know if that's just me, that people might have their own opinions, but...
Like, with me, I've always preferred the Xbox controller over the PlayStation because the analog sticks, I like the positioning, and I like that they were indented so my thumbs didn't slip, and also the triggers felt a lot better as well. And that's why I preferred it, but the PlayStation 1 did have its perks as well. But this one, they've just kept it traditional, they've not really changed it too much, and they've not innovated, which is kind of the same thing throughout the entire reveal. But we're going to the next topic, which is TV, sports. COD. Which, that's all they really talked about. Like, it's meant to be a games console, yet they spent a lot of time on talking about TV features and
entertainment.
It being a glorified TV remote, which I don't think that's a good idea, not especially when your initial audience is hardcore gamers. And I think that's why they've gone completely wrong, completely off topic. Like, they should cater to the hardcore gamers first, and then maybe add those features in later, or not even need to mention them, because like they're nice and all, but they're not what we want to know about. Like, the people watching that reveal are mostly going to be people that want to know about the games, and also more information about the console. But I don't think the console does a lot to innovate on the games as well. Like, it's nice it's got a good graphics card and the specs are a lot better. Definitely next gen, which is nice, but that's really it for innovation. Like, the Kinect's there, but it's not really adding much to it, I don't think.
I think they've gone a little bit too much on the entertainment side, and it's got to be a massive downfall for the whole reveal. I think mentioning the whole thing about TV and the sports and all that kind of stuff to different audiences, a lot of people aren't going to want to look forward to NFL and the TV part of it. They're going to look forward to the gaming. Guarantee a lot of people watching the reveal on the live stream, they were looking for the games. That's what they were there to watch, because it's an Xbox. Everyone knows Xbox as a brand and as a gaming machine, not as a entertainment system.
But they were kind of edging towards this entertainment system anyway at the end of the Xbox 360's life cycle, and that's alright. But because they were still catering towards the gamers, but going straight into that, I think that was just a wrong decision, and it's sort of got a bit. It's very annoying to watch, to be honest, because instead of the reveal being about the console and what the console is capable of doing and how it's innovating your games, it wasn't. It was about, oh, you can watch TV, you can watch sports. After the reveal, press websites started talking about some of the other features Microsoft did not want to talk about, which were the fact that used games are going to be quite restrictive on the new console, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, the fact that if you wanted to buy a used game, you would have to pay another fee on top of that to actually play the game is something that a lot of gamers would not want to do. So I'm not sure how they would actually work it, but if you bought a used game from a retail store and you paid, say, £20 or dollars or whatever for it, part of that fee might go towards paying for the fee to play the game on the console.
It's a bit like EA's Online Pass. It's exactly like that. Like, EA just got rid of their Online Pass. It's because they knew that this system was coming in from Microsoft. So, when you buy it, you'll get a code and you'll have to install it onto your Xbox. So that's where the restriction comes in. So you want to borrow that to your friend. They put it in their Xbox, the disc. They've got to then pay money to play that game.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Kind of wrong.
They haven't. I don't think they've
Very
released
wrong.
any official fees or anything like that for it. But I'm not assuming it's going to be like, really high prices or anything like that. Like
it just sounds like a PC now. That's what happens on a PC. You install your game on a PC, and you can't. Your friend can't borrow it because it's installed on your computer, and they can't use your CD key.
Exactly.
So it's like that.
One CD key for that computer.
And it was kind of like why people liked consoles. That was their sort of their plus on PCs was you could share games with your friend, but you're not going to be able to do that anymore. There was also something else as well.
There was the fact of the online only part of the Xbox as well. So if you wanted to buy a new game and you haven't logged into the Xbox for more than 24 hours, you wouldn't be able to play the game unless you logged into Xbox first. I'm not sure if that's completely true. We read it on one of the press websites. But if that is one of the features of the Xbox, then it would be a bit of a downer. Because even though thousands and thousands and millions of people have the internet, there are going to be the few minority that have an Xbox One but don't have the internet. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work.
And another feature is you have to install these on the hard drive, and it's got a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Is that going to be enough space for all your games? Because a PC, 500 gigabyte wouldn't be enough.
For my PC, for example, I've got 5 terabytes, something stupid like that.
Yeah, I know. There's
even that's not enough.
I know there's programs and other things like that, and your movies if you want them, but games do take up a lot of space on computers. And
for a Blu-ray DVD, you have something like 40 gigabytes that you can actually put onto the disc. So if you've got 500 gigabytes on your Xbox One, and you wanted to install quite a few games onto it, you would have to take at least one or two of the games off to install another one. I'm not sure if it's going to compress it if you're not playing it, or it unpacks it. It's like a computer. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. And plus, you might have other media on it as well. So if it's for a TV, for example, you'll have apps on it. You'll have movies. You'll have your TV apps. You'll have music as well. So you'll have plenty of that on it. That's going to use quite a lot of space.
yeah,
I'm not sure if they're going to be using interchangeable hard drives. You could put your USB sticks in it. You could swap the hard drive out for a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm not sure if they're going to do something like that, like the PlayStation 3 did. It would be nice if they did that, because it gives you a bit more flexibility on it. But
right. So let's go on the next subject, which is some things in the conference did come out that were good, which is what I think is the Halo TV series. I'm quite looking forward to that because it's Spielberg. But again, it's TV. It's not games related. So I kind of think why didn't they leave that to E3? Again, but yeah, that could be good. Something else is, it's nice to know that the graphics are competing with the PlayStation. They are next gen, which is more you can say for the Wii U, which is sort of struggling now with the fact that the PS4 and the Xbox are kind of going to overtake that. But
in fact, some developers don't want to develop for it.
That's good news. But overall, it was pretty disappointing reveal. But they have said, which is good, that there are a lot more exclusives, but we don't know what these exclusives are. But 8 of them, I think there's 14 in total, 15, and 8 of them are new IPs, which is nice to hear. But how good these new IPs are going to be, and we don't know. But we'll have to wait till the E3.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to announce more or to show more, but what I'm thinking is they should have just left this reveal to E3 because it's so close anyway.
If they did leave it until then they could have got so much more into it, and it could have got even more of a hype.
E3 is 2 weeks away.
It is pretty close.
Yeah. that's why I think Sony had the upper hand, because they showed theirs a lot earlier. They were able to show a lot more because they're not restricted by E3.
Sony still have the upper hand because once they go to E3, they're going to reveal the console, obviously.
Yeah,
and that's going to be another talking point for it.
Yeah. So we're going to our next topic now, where we're going to talk about the PlayStation 4, and it was revealed a long time ago, so we're not going into too much details about that, but it's kind of got the upper hand at the moment, I feel, because Xbox has just revealed theirs, and I just think the PlayStation, they focus a lot more on the gaming side of it, where they showed what the system was capable of, and they showed the innovation with the controller. They've not actually showed the console, which I was really disappointed about, but I'm still really looking forward to seeing what it looks like, and
I think
they can make changes now because they've seen Xbox.
They might look at the Xbox and go, "Oh, it's perfect." Then
Yeah.
They could do that, or they might make changes to it. It's a bit late in the stage to actually do it because obviously they'll have prototypes by now, ready for E3. But I think it has potential of looking a really good console. And if it's smaller than the PS3, then I think it'll look pretty decent.
Yeah, like I remember when the PS3 was first coming out, there were like concepts of it looking like a bread bin. It was like really big and chunky. So we've not actually seen anything of this yet. They've showed little clips and people put things together, and it doesn't. I don't know. What people's put together doesn't look great. So hopefully it doesn't look like that. But
and if the PS4 is actually built to last like my PS3 has, it's lasted the whole way through until now, then it'll be great, because I've had my PS3 for what? How long's the PS3 been out? 9-10 years, something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
8 years.
I've still got the original PS3 and it's still going strong. So if they do a really good job in building it, then I'll be pretty impressed with it.
Like, my biggest problem with the PS3 when it came out was the fact that the service it offered wasn't as good as the Xbox. The interface wasn't as fluid and user friendly, and that was my biggest problem. But this looks like it just looks really good, especially with this new share button, where you press it, you can instantly share with your friends like what you're doing in the game and your videos and screenshots, and it's just more community driven, and that's where that's a good thing. Where the Xbox is like TV, you can watch TV, and
you can Skype people on it now. Did you know that?
Well, that's alright, but
yeah, but think about it. A lot of smart TVs these days, they come with webcams built in, with Skype built into them.
Yeah, true.
So if you put an Xbox One into your TV, then...
But smart TVs are expensive.
Yeah, but you might already have a smart TV to link up to it anyway. A lot of people have 46, 50-inch TVs to link up to these Xbox Ones, and they'll already have these features on there already. So how is an Xbox One going to make that smart TV, which costs probably £1,000 or whatever, irrelevant, basically?
But the PS4 has actually shown some innovation where the Xbox hasn't with the controller, because the controller has a touchscreen on it, which I can see being used for maybe an RTS. It might work there, or RPGs, or just things that they can, for adventure games that they can think of, item management. And that's good. That's nice to see. You want innovation. They can't just keep doing motion all the time. The Wii U did innovate with the tablet, and it's nice to see PlayStation trying it again. Where that's kind of like where they have an edge over the Xbox with that. It's not a massive edge, I would say, but it's nice.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's definitely nice compared to the Xbox controller, which is just the same, nothing new.
I think if you have the touchpad on the PlayStation 4 controller, and if you compare that to some of the motion controllers that we have in these days anyway, so you've got like the Leap Motion, you've got the Kinect as well. I think it's it's definitely a step in the right direction with technology-wise. And if you can use certain gestures on it as well, so like a small gesture interface, so you can zoom in on things on websites, for example, use it as a mouse and a trackpad. I think it'll be a really good idea to use that. So I definitely think the step in the right direction for that.
So overall, I think the PS4 is good. I think it's got room to improve and show us at E3. The same with Xbox, but the Xbox really got to bring the big guns out, I think.
I think the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 is going to have, a massive competition at E3 to see which one's going to come out on top. I'm sure there's going to be some website saying this and that, and then you're going to have lists and lists of comments of people saying PS4 this and Xbox this, and I think the PS4 is going to come out on top purely because of more to the gaming side and the entertainment side with the TV and the media and things like that. So, I mean, the whole point about the whole games consoles anyway is for gaming. That's,
And the PlayStation is the only one that's really shown that
exactly
in big detail so far.
We've seen what the PlayStation 4 can actually do. They showed off Killzone, and that looked amazing when they showed that on the demo. Even the live stream was a bit choppy, it was still amazing graphics on it. And that's what it could actually do. But we haven't seen much about that on the Xbox, have we?
No. So we'll get on to our last topic now, which is sort of like not just concentrating on just the Xbox and the PlayStation, but everything in general in gaming. So my personal thoughts are that these consoles are good, but I think the PC is in a much better place at the moment because there's a lot going on with it. Like Razer are creating a lot of gadgets. You got the controller with the screen, you've got the tablets, you've got the keyboards with the Switchblade or something screen in it, and then you've got the Oculus Rift. You've also got, what did you mention earlier?
Leap Motion.
Huh?
Leap Motion.
Yeah. So they've also got Leap Motion, which looks better than the Kinect. I think Microsoft should have, Microsoft and Sony could have adopted some of these systems, which they haven't. So for me personally, would I buy these consoles? At the moment, no. I would edge them towards the PlayStation, but I've got my PC at the moment and I'm quite happy with that. And I'm quite happy the fact that the graphics are still going to be a lot better on my PC. And so that's my thoughts. So what do you think, Big? I know you've already pre-ordered your PlayStation 4.
Yep, pretty much pre-ordered it the day that the live stream was online, so I ordered it straight away. I've had an interest in the PlayStation 4 since I first heard about it. I was really impressed with their live stream, and they revealed some plenty of games and things like that. So I was really impressed with it. So I'm pretty much leaning towards the PlayStation 4 at the moment.
Okay, good. As you can see, we've both got different opinions, but I'd really love for these consoles to both do well, because I do like both of them. And it's just a shame the Xbox reveal was quite disappointing. But hopefully they reveal some awesome stuff at the E3 in a couple of weeks.
Which should be an awesome event. So we're going to conclude now, so thank you very much for watching. We'd love to hear what you think about the new consoles, the Xbox One and the PS4. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. Tell us why you like these consoles. Tell us about the specs and things like that. What you hope to see from these consoles in the future. So that would be very much appreciated if we could see your responses from that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. That would be very much appreciated. And that's it from us. So thank you very much for watching. I am Beeg and this is Neon.
Yep, it's been a very different video, but thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We have kind of been talking about a lot of negative things, but what would you say was good out of the reveal? What did you like, if anything, or not a lot? Yeah. Oh no!
Oh, me? Are you talking to me?
I don't know.
I think I drifted off for a minute. I think that's a really good outtake, to be honest. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was asking you a question, you're just like, what, you talking to me?
I genuinely thought you were talking to the audience then instead of me.
Oh, okay, let's start again. 3, 2, 1, go. So we've been talking about a lot of bad. Duh. Stop laughing every time I talk.
We were fucking doing fine for like half an hour then.
We will do fun if you stop laughing.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1, go.